Hello everyone. Thank you all of you for joining the session. Hope all can able to see my screen share and able to hear my voice properly. Alright guys, let's get started. So yesterday's initially right where we have had an overview session, guys. What exactly Python is all about, right? How exactly to get started and all those things. So today here, without any further delays, we'll be getting started with the installation part. How exactly we have to set up the Python environment, what all the different softwares that you need to work upon and all these things what we'll be seeing and having an understanding, guys. So basically here, guys, to work upon Python, right? Here we'll be working upon two different websites. Two different websites, guys. So what exactly those websites are and all these things I'll be letting you know. And also an important update is that sessions will not be recorded. The very first point again here I want to highlight. Sessions will not be recorded, and all of you please maintain your running notes. Okay, all of you please get your, let's say white notebook or a notebook along with you and maintain two different ink pens. One is let's say blue black or blue red, whatever the combinations you like. So that regular notes will be writing it down with one ink, and when I'm talking specific some of the interview questions or some highlight important points, you can note it down with another ink color so that you will be having a clarity in your running notes as well over there. Okay, so what exactly here we need to get started with? So basically here we'll be working upon two different websites as I mentioned you. So the very first one is www.anaconda.com over here, guys. So let me open it up and show you what exactly the usage of that website over here is. www.anaconda.com here. So basically, guys, here Anaconda is a very big data science company, and it is having its own software products over here. So as you can see here, right, once you log into this website, clearly it is an giving an option. Okay, clearly to download over here. As you're observing on the screen itself, it is giving you the option of download over here clearly, right? Here you can also click on top of this, and your download will get started, guys. And also, let's say for now here I'm using a Windows machine, so it is giving the option of Windows. For all you're having, let's say an Apple laptop or Linux machine, you can also get different installers as well over here by clicking on top of it. Right, the very first step is to download this, and also it is an open source software, guys. When I say open source, it does not require, right? It does not require any sort of licensing to any cost at all. Completely free software, so no worries at all. So the step number one, you need to click on top of this. So once you have click on top of your download, right? So depends upon your Wi-Fi connectivity, it will be taking, let's say, somewhere around 5 to 10 minutes to complete the download process. So once it gets downloaded, it will be getting saved in your downloads path, guys. Once it gets downloaded, where exactly will be getting saved? It will be saved in your downloads path. Wherein you have to go to your downloads path and you have to run the .exe file that is available over there. You have to run the .exe file, and from there you have to click on next, next, next. So all the steps are by default, guys. So now, once it gets installed in your system, right, it will be creating a shortcut. It will be creating a shortcut icon on a desktop called as Anaconda Navigator. Okay. So how exactly it will looking like? Let me show you here also, guys. The shortcut icon. Once after you install this. So here, Anaconda Navigator will be looking like this, guys. Anaconda Navigator, right? It will be creating a shortcut icon on your screen called as Anaconda Navigator. Let me open it up also here, and I'll show it to you how exactly to look like. All of you please observe, guys. Once you open up this Anupana Navigator, internally, it will be having the screen like this, guys. Out of all the applications that are available over here, we'll be working on top of the Jupyter notebook over here. So this is a Jupyter notebook, guys. So how exactly we can able to use this? Here we can able to directly click on top of this launch button. Right? Once you are clicking on top of this launch button, it will be opening in your Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge browser. In any one of the browsers, it will be opening it up, and from there we can able to use that, and we can able to start working on top of it clearly. Okay. So by using that, here we can able to get started with the coding part over here. So let me give you all the steps so far, what exactly I've discussed. All of you please properly make a note of the steps over here. As I mentioned, guys, software is needed. So www.anaconda.com. What exactly I've done? Right, steps to be followed. Open www.anaconda.com. That is step number 1. Now choose the download option available on the screen. Now go to the downloads and run the .exe file. So what exactly you have to do? Next, and then it will be installed in a system properly. So it will be creating a shortcut on a desktop called as Anaconda Navigator clearly. Okay, as I've shown you guys. So once the navigator has been shown, then open the Anaconda Navigator, choose Jupyter Notebook, and click on now. Click on launch. It will be opening in your browser. All of you, please properly take down these points in your running notes. Here I'll be holding for a minute. Please quickly take down the steps here, guys, clearly. Right. I hope you have taken on the notes, guys. Now further moving on to the thing. So this is the step number 1 over here. So just to show you, once I'm clicking on top of this launch button, then what exactly will be opening it up is here. It will be opening into the browser notebook called as home page case. So initial interface will be looking like this. If at all you're observing on the extreme right side of it, at the top right side of it is, as you're observing, you are having upload and new buttons over here. Upload and new buttons. So on top of this, here I'm selecting new, and here I'm choosing is Python 3 notebook. Python 3 notebook here, guys. I'm opening it up. All of you please observe. So it is an official Jupyter notebook. So what exactly Jupyter notebook basically is? It is a Python compatible. It is a Python compatible notebook wherein we can also do the coding part. All right. So initial interface will be looking like this. On the top right side, if at all you're observing, what exactly you're seeing over there? Clearly, right? You are seeing the logo of right Python over here, and below it is showcasing, let's say, Python 3. Below, as you're observing, what is exactly the notebook that we're working upon? Python 3 notebook. Now on the left side here, we are observing the menu bar. Okay, the menu bar over here. Now below this, the big rectangle box, what exactly you're observing is, that is nothing but the input cell over there, guys. It is nothing but the input cell. Okay, properly, it is nothing but the input cell over there clearly. Okay, so this is the input cell that we are observing over here. So now let me go on to the first things first here, guys. Let me show you here. Initially, if at all you're observing, what exactly is showcasing as untitled 45, meaning this notebook has no title to it, guys. So here, what exactly I'll be doing is I will be giving it to the title. How exactly we need to give it the title? Let me show you here the step-by-step process. All of you, please pay attention. Rename, and here I'm giving as, let's say, day one underscore batch 78. Basically, yes, all of you please remember this is my 78th batch that here I'm taking it up, guys, properly. So you are all from my 78th batch Python fundamental students. All right. So here I've given the title to a day one underscore batch 78. Now these are the input cells. So yes, there is a tradition and custom that has been followed, right? Whenever we're learning any sort of new programming language, so the very first code or syntax that we'll be learning is how to write a hello world program by using Python programming language. Let me show you here, guys. All of you, please pay attention and focus here. Again, guys, all of you, please pay attention. Print off. Okay, print off brackets. Here I'm giving quotes and I'm writing like this. Hello all, welcome to the Python programming world like this. Okay, here I'm typing up like this. Now let me execute this, guys. Shift enter. Please see properly it has been executed. So this is an input and also we are getting the output below. Hello all, welcome to the Python programming world. As simple as that. So now, as you're observing the simple print statement, if at all we want to achieve this, the same print thing in, let's say, the traditional programming languages like Java, C, C++, we have to write at least 4 to 5 lines of code. 4 to 5 lines of code we have to write, then we can able to achieve this, guys. But in Python, a simple print statement is doing the job. So that is the difference, right? People are migrating from traditional programming languages to the Python as a main programming language so far. Okay, now here again, just to show you how to execute the things, what exactly I've done is, okay, shift plus enter button together for executing, the cells. All right. So far, please, all of you properly, please take down the running notes over here. Here I'll be holding for a Sorry guys, I was speaking on mute. So as you have noted down the details, right? Initially, this is how exactly we want to get started with the things. Now here, this is the very first step that we have written the code and all those things. Now moving on to the second requirement over there. For suppose let us assume, let's say, as a software engineer, you started working and you'll be going to the office, right? And you have done your 8 hours of job. After 8 hours, you need to log out from the office, right? After logging, during the time of logging out, you cannot keep the notebook like this open and you can come home. End of the day, you have to save this work also, right? Whatever you have done, the coding part, whatever the things that I have performed over there, you have to save it somewhere. So how exactly we will be doing the saving of the work also? That is understand and see over here clearly. Okay. So now, how exactly I'm going to save the file is all of you. Please observe here, guys. The steps, the process that I'm showcasing is that you have first initially we need to go to the option called as file. Okay, here we are going to the option called as file, and then here there is option called as download as. So whatever the coding that we are doing in this, right, we will be able to download it. Download as, and here I'm downloading in the format of notebook.ipynb. Right, clearly, all of you please pay attention. Notebook.ipynb. In this format, here I'm downloading it up. So where exactly it will be getting going and getting stored? It will be storing in my downloads path. In my laptop, it will be getting stored in my downloads path over here. Okay. So now initially it is there in my local machine. For suppose let's say tomorrow I wanted to travel and I want to go on a leave and I'll not be carrying my laptop. And this work will be assigned to the another team member who is there in my team. But he doesn't know till what level I have completed the work, in what level I am into, whether I have completed the task fully, or it has to be done from the midway, or it has to be done from the let's say 75% of the work and all these things. So next process, what exactly you have to understand is our code needs to be accessible remotely, irrespective of our presence. We need to be able to access the code and we need to send it to other persons also without requiring my laptop also by using just the credentials. So that is the second part that we are going to understand here now, guys. All of you can please put the heading for understanding the concept of GitHub, guys. Now the second website what exactly we'll be using is www.github.com. So let us understand and see what exactly GitHub is basically all about. Suppose let me open this website and show you again here. So all of you please observe, guys. So this is the github.com. So what exactly GitHub is nothing but code versioning system, guys. Code versioning tool or code versioning system that we can able to call it as. In a layman language, if you talk about, very layman language, if you talk about, it is nothing but bank for programmers. As simple as that. Wherein they can able to store the code remotely and they can able to access the code remotely also. Basically, here we need to create an account like this. How exactly have created your accounts in Instagram and Facebook. Similarly, here also you can able to create an account and it isn't free of cost. No charges and everything over here. So first things first, initially for creating an account, here you need to do the sign up process. On the top right side, if at all you're observing, so there is a sign up process that is there. Okay, so here you need to click on sign up and you need to fill in all your details, username, first name, last name, your email ID, right? All these things you can able to give it up over there. Okay, so that is how exactly you need to do. Once you have created your account, right? What exactly you need to do? Again, let me sign it up and show you. Here I'm clicking on sign in, and here I'm signing using my credentials. Yeah. So this is the internal interface of GitHub. This is the internal interface of the GitHub, guys. On the top left side, if at all you're seeing, you will be able to see the logo of a small moon, right? Inside that there is a cat. That is nothing but the logo of GitHub. Just below to that, just below if at all you're observing top repositories on the extreme, on little right, you're having a button in green color called as new. Now let me create a new repository over here, guys. Here I'm clicking on top of new, and here I'm creating a repository. Okay, the now repository name should be Python fundamentals batch 78. Okay, here I'm creating a repository name like this. Here just you can able to keep let's say as Python fundamentals also, that is okay. Now below here I'm writing the description. What exactly the description I'm writing it up. All of you please pay attention. All my, let's say, Python practice files will be saved here. Okay. Now let it be as public only, guys. Here, scroll down a little below, and here check mark this box. Add a readme file. You need to check mark this box. Scroll it down, and here you need to click on repository. Click on repository over here. Right. Once you have clicked on the repository, your repository will be created like this clearly. Now, just to make you understand what exactly is the repository is, it is a folder, guys. In a simple layman language, if I talk about it, is a folder structure. Okay. So now let me give you the notes over here. All of you, please take down these notes. Here I'll be holding for a minute. What all the steps so far we have done. Right here I've given you the notes. Please take it down. All right. So all of you again, please pay attention over here, guys. After creating this repository, what exactly we need to do is we need to upload our file to this repository. Again, please pay attention to the process. How exactly I'm showcasing. Now, what is the process over here? What exactly I'm doing is here I'm selecting this, option called as, let's say, add file here, guys. Here I'm selecting an option called as add file. There is a drop down that is available over there. Let me click on top of this drop down. Here I'm clicking on an add file. So there is option called as upload file. Here I'm choosing this upload file option, and then it is giving me the option like this. And what exactly I'm doing here, I'm choosing choose your files. Here I'm clicking on top of choose your files. Here I've clicked on this. Then it is giving me the downloads path. So day one underscore batch 78. Here I'm choosing this, and here I'm clicking on open. So once here I'm clicking on this open, then properly it has been uploaded over here. Scroll it down, and here below you need to what exactly you need to do is you need to click on commit changes. Just click on commit changes. So properly, please observe here, guys. Successfully, my file has been uploaded. My day one file has been uploaded over here. So basically, here what exactly you need to do is on a daily basis, you have to join in the session. Properly listen the session, take down the running notes. Once the session has been completed, right, you have to implement all the things that has been discussed in the class in your Jupyter notebooks. You have to implement that, and you have to start uploading all your day one, day two, day three files like this in the repository. And on a daily basis, you have to submit your GitHub URLs to my email ID for the review also. End of the day, as I mentioned to all of you guys, when exactly we'll be getting the programming perfectly once we are implementing it practically on our own. So for attending the sessions, laptop is mandatory, first thing. And also on a daily basis, I need to receive your GitHub URLs for the review also. Now let me show you how exactly to submit the URLs over here. So now the file has been uploaded, right? Next step here. This URL copy from this on top of this Chrome, right? GitHub slash, you can see my name there, Python fundamentals and batch 78. You need to copy this URL from this. So let me copy that also. Here I've selected this and I'm copied. So here I'm opening my, let's say, inbox. Let me first clean up the screen. Let me open my Gmail inbox. So this is my inboxes. What exactly I've submitted up. Now let me compose a message over here. Okay, here I'm composing a message. So what exactly I'm mentioning is day one underscore batch 78 underscore Python fundamentals. Like this, here I have to keep the subject line like this, guys. And below here I have to mention this. Please find my, let's say, day one GitHub URL below for your review. And you have to paste the URL that you have copied over there. And to which email ID you have to send it up to codetraining01@gmail.com. That's my email ID. Right, you have to submit this URL to this email ID. So now let me click on send. So once you submit it up, clearly I'll be receiving it like this. Okay, the CV will be looking like this, guys, properly. Okay, from here onwards, you can able to go to your let's say URLs, and you can able to review the work that you have done. So like this. Let it open it up. Okay, now next thing is, so this is the step number 1, guys. I hope all of you have taken the installation steps properly. Please note it down. So this is on a daily basis you have to submit. Today you are submitting day 1. So tomorrow the subject line would be day 1. Tomorrow the subject line would be day 2, batch 78 Python fundamentals. Day after tomorrow it will be day 3, batch 78 Python fundamentals. Like that, here you have to keep on changing the subject line, and you have to start uploading your GitHub URLs on a daily basis. So please see here. Now it got opened up. See, from here onwards, I can able to review the book, review the code that you have written over there clearly. Okay. Now few other things, guys. What exactly some of you have missed out to submit yesterday, right? Are your details. So the things that I have asked to submit from your side. So for the people who are joining newly today, right? Yesterday, guys, initially after the session, here I've asked all of the folks to complete task 1 and task 2. So task 1 has been completed by most of the folks, but task 2, most of the folks haven't done that yet. So guys, please aim to complete task 1 and task 2 today. It's completely important. Now, what exactly the task 1 is? Here you have to submit your, let's say, full name and email ID to my WhatsApp number. All of you, please save this WhatsApp number over here, guys. What exactly you're observing on the screen. And also I'm putting in the chat box as well. Please see that. Task 1. In the task 1, guys, first thing you need to add my number, right, in your phone, and you have to text me on WhatsApp your full name and email ID. When exactly you have to do it, sir? Right now only you have to do it. Here I'll be holding for a minute. If at all you have submitted yesterday, not needed. To the people who have joined newly today, joined newly from today, please submit your details, guys. Here I'll be holding for a minute. Quickly, all of you. You have to send me a text message to my WhatsApp, guys. Full name and email ID. Quickly. And for the people who have already submitted, not needed. This for the people who have not submitted the details. Now moving on to the task 2. In task 2, guys, introduce yourself to this email ID, codetraining01@gmail.com. Right here, you have to mention your name, total your work experience, if at all you're having. If at all you're, let's say, a college fresher, mention what year of graduation you are going through over there. And finally, mode of joining Python, whether you are looking to upskill yourself or you're looking for a career change, just to understand your profile over there. Right, Hari Krishna, Azmat, Pratyusha. I'm just calling out the names who have submitted the details. Azmat, Zubair. Quickly, guys. Now here one thing I want to ask all of you guys. So can I expect all of your day 1 GitHub URLs by the end of the today or by tomorrow morning for the review? Will all of you be completing your installation setup and getting started with the practical things without any further delays? Yes or no, please, in the chat box. Today we have completely focused upon setting up of our environment, guys. One is Jupyter notebook, and the other thing is getting the understanding of the GitHub environment. Need a confirmation from all of you.